go through all of your different chakras. We're moving right on through this chakra series. Hey guys, okay, this is our last day, kind of, because I have a bonus video for you guys tomorrow, but today is our last deep dive into our chakras. So today we're getting into the Crown Chakra. So the Crown Chakra is it is our spiritual connection. It's about unity, it's about consciousness, so it's a super big deal. So we're gonna start, of course, with a balance pose today. So I'm gonna have you stand it up really, really tall, find some grounding, maybe move your mat, maybe move everything, maybe actually feel the ground for this one. And what we're gonna do is I want you to roll your shoulders back. We're gonna tuck that pelvic floor, we're gonna pull that navel up and in, and we're gonna kickstand our foot out. So we're opening up that hip, our hips are still pointed forward, right, but that leg is opening out through that hip. Let's bring those hands to heart center, press those hands together, stand it up really tall. This standing leg is soft in that knee, maybe bringing this foot up. You got it. So coming to our breath, coming to our breathing, maybe bring that leg up a little bit higher. Nice. Maybe bring it up even higher here. I like to put it right here. Coming to that breath. Think about grounding, picking up your toes, feeling each of your toesies on the ground, on the surface of the ground. Yes, so chest really lifted. Coming back through and making that connection with our divine self, right? The affirmation for today is, I am divine. I am a divine creature. You are so wonderful. You are so beautiful. Maybe grow those branches. Sometimes it helps too to add a little tuck if you don't like the way that feels necessarily. Feel a little nicer on your hip. Opening up that chest, really strong core. Breathing. Beautiful. We're gonna let it all go. Gently come out of that. Let's switch sides. You guys excited? So we're gonna switch sides, we're gonna kickstand the other leg out, shoulders roll back, core nice and strong. Maybe bring those hands together. Coming to your breath, maybe put that foot a little higher. Coming to your breath, keep that breathing. Okay, stand a little higher. Tuck. Again, never resting this on your knee. You're soft in that standing leg. Hands together. Come to our breath. Maybe open those arms out. Really lifting your chest. Good. Feeling so strong. You're feeling the sway. Maybe your tree's dancing a little. Feeling so good here. Feeling wonderful and empowered. Beautiful. So we're going to do a little sun salutation here, kind of closing out our week of working through all of these things. So we're going to bend in those knees, reach it down. Let's roll it up, drag on one vertebrae at a time. Reach it up overhead. Big inhale. Exhale, open that chest. Inhale, reach it up. Let's swan dive it down, flat back. Round and curl, bend those knees as much as you need to. And straighten those legs, straighten that back. Maybe push on those shins or those thighs. Flat back here, beautiful. Let's round it down, really round. All right, one vertebrae at a time. Let's stack it up. One vertebrae. Big inhale. Reach it up. Big inhale. Hold it at the top. Exhale, open it up. Big back bend. Oh, reach it up. Gorgeous. Big inhale. Let's do one more. Reach it on down. Ragdoll here. Bend those knees as much as you need to. Maybe grab opposite elbows. Stretch it out. And flat back. Big inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, let's roll it all the way up. Reach for the ceiling. Big inhale, exhale, open it up. Inhale, reach. Beautiful job. All right, we're gonna bring those hands onto the mat. We're gonna fold ourselves here. So knees down. Let's try to bring that head to the mat and reach those arms back. So we're gonna roll it forward. Ooh, big stretch. Roll it back. Roll it forward. You should feel a stretch in the neck. This shouldn't hurt you. It shouldn't feel bad. It should just feel kind of an intense stretch. Really feeling that crown on the floor. Let's gently come on up. So we're gonna do some difficult moves here, difficult than we've done all week long. Are you ready? So we're gonna start coming into some inversion poses. So some safety in inversion. Make sure your roadway is clear. Maybe you do have a wall for support, or maybe you do have a chair for support, but anything you have around you is gonna be soft in case you fall out of it and hit yourself on it. So we're gonna go through first the one that I'm really, really good at, and then we're gonna do a couple that I'm not very good at, okay? So we're gonna start with our handstand. So to start with that handstand, we're gonna place those hands onto the mat, line up those index fingers, suction cup those hands, and we're gonna walk our feet in to those hands. Walking those feet into those hands, walking those feet back. Walk those feet into those hands, pressing into the mat, nice. So if you have it in you, can you just put all of your weight into those hands and lift your hips? Yeah, me neither. We're gonna bend those knees and we're gonna come on to our forearms. So a really good crown chakra pose is your Sphinx pose. So we're gonna bring those shoulders forward, bring those shoulders back. We're just gonna warm them up for this one, okay? I know I said I was gonna start with the one I can do, but we're gonna do this one first. I'm not as good at this one. Nice. Okay, so squeeze those elbows together. We're gonna walk those hips up. Maybe bring a leg up. Nice. Maybe play with that jumping if it feels good. Maybe just play with trying to lift your hips up. Wherever you're at, play with it for a second. Come back to your breath. Think about your consciousness, your connection with reality. It's a funny thing to do when you're trying to do an inversion. I know. So we're gonna come on up, we're gonna shake all that out. Take your time. Maybe you just skip that because you're like, what are you doing? We're gonna do the one that I can actually do. So I taught with my friend Pedro a handstand seminar workshop with him. So I did a core warm up and then he did the full handstand thing. So we're gonna bring hands together. We're gonna bring it onto that forehead. We're gonna squeeze those elbows in. So that's the key here is you're setting up that stance where you feel strong here, you feel strong here, and then you're pulling back. So it's gonna be a little bit of your forehead on the mat, and it's gonna be a little bit of you smushing these 4 fingers right here, which at first feels a little hard and hurts, and you're like, what are you doing? But as you practice it some more, you feel a lot of safety in having that connection and that interlock. And it doesn't work for everyone, and I would recommend starting with a wall if you are brand new to inversions, or at least a chair. But the goal, of course, is to get those legs, those hips on top of your shoulders, okay? So it's gonna be more in your core than it is in your head and your neck. You shouldn't be smushing your neck in any way in this sort of pose. So you're grabbing that forehead, you're squeezing those elbows in, and we're just walking until our hips are over our shoulders. And then we're engaging our core to bring those legs up. Right, that's all that it is here. And then using that core, engaging that core, keeping that core engaged to straighten those legs. And again, it's in that core, and you should almost be able to pick up your head here. That weight is in your hands and your elbows and your triceps and not in your neck. And again, that's why when we fall out of it, we don't want to have a lot of stuff around you. So play with practicing that motion, especially if you ever feel like your crown chakra is blocked or anything like that. Is playing with some of our inversions can be a really great way to help us. So we're gonna end today in lotus pose. I'm not as good at lotus pose either. The lotus pose, we're gonna bring those legs in, We're gonna sit it up really tall. Bring those hands right here. Let's open up those palms. Let's do some little circles, some little sways. Do you think I can get my cat to come sit on my lap? Woo-hoo! Little sways back and forth. She doesn't want to hang out with me today. She's just sitting in front of her food dish. Big circles. You're doing so good. Woo-hoo! You want a treat? Woo-hoo! Sorry, I'm obsessed with my cat. Oh, thank you guys so much for joining me on this series. We're gonna end, our final thing is gonna be Shavasana. And we're just gonna lay down, palms up, chest lifted, sometimes called corpse pose. And I want you to feel everywhere that your body is on the mat. And just come to your breath here. Feeling nice, feeling strong, feeling loved, feeling connected. The whole point of this Chakra Series is to try to create that mind-body connection, to try to be in touch with our bodies, to work on those things that maybe we need to work on in a safe and loving place, free of shame, free of judgment, just a place to really love yourself. So let's take 10 deep breaths together here. Maybe close your eyes and just breathe with me. Thank you guys so much for joining me through this challenge, and I'm gonna have more challenges coming up hopefully. Today is not the last day. Tomorrow I have a bonus for you where I put all of the chakras together for our last surprise video. But there are gonna be some fun challenges coming up for the holidays. So I have a countdown to Halloween challenge that's coming up, and it's gonna be 13 days of Halloween videos, and then I do have a 12-day Christmas countdown and an 8 days of Hanukkah Pilates planned out, so I'm hopeful to have that. So be sure to subscribe so you can see when my next videos are coming out, and I hope that you find some movement and some purpose and some love in your body today, and sending you so much light and so much love, and mwah, 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 mwah. I'll see you guys soon.